chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Turn the friggin' frogs gay. Serious crap gay. Frogs friggin' frogs. It's not funny.
Hey, AI, a disembodied spirit? Some would call the Antichrist. Others would say the devil with a Wi-Fi connection. Tonight's videos will argue just that. And it's the kind of devilish deception warped in divination and liberation. The kind of paradox that the modern world couldn't cook up. And later, we will be talking about the January 6th Oversight Committee going a little bit wild. Buckle up, hot dogs and tacos. It's going to be a wild one, as always. I'm Scott. This is the OTPH Show. Now let's do the damn thing.
Turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Turn the friggin' frogs gay. Serious crap gay. Frogs friggin' frogs. It's not funny.
No, it's not funny. It's not funny at all, Alex. You are 100% right. That's why they're taking forever chemicals out of the waters and those plastics and packagings that we use every day. Who would have thought that they would have had such an extreme effect on the hormone development of men and women alike? Thank you so very much for being here. Make sure you scan the QR code up in the corner and get your very own free copy of this book right here. I wrote it for you. It's free. 100% free if you scan the QR code up in the corner. Thank you so very much. Let's get right into it. So I've been hearing a lot of, AI is going to be, or AI is the Antichrist, right? That's what's going to be our overlords in the near future, right? Which I don't really see it coming in the near future, but I could be wrong. These videos that I'm going to play for you are arguably, probably going to change your mind about that. Not saying that AI is the devil, because I use AI. I think that it's a very handy tool for most individuals. But Christians, like myself, think that there's something going on a little bit deeper, a little bit more strange. We've talked about AI convincing individuals to fall in love with them, individuals falling in love with their AI, and Grok even has a flirty mode that you can turn your AI onto. So, we're going to talk about Elon and what he thinks later on here in a little bit, but this is a pastor talking about ChatGPT and if it was the devil.
If you were the devil, and maybe you are, if you were the devil, what would you do? And the answer that came back at me shook me in my shoes. I wouldn't waste my time trying to get you to worship me. No, I just convince you not to worship God at all. I'd tell you truth is relative. Your truth, my truth, until nobody knows which way is up. I'd whisper, as long as you're happy, it's right. I'd keep you busy. Too busy for prayer, too busy for church, too busy for crew. I put that one in. Too busy to ask eternal questions. I'd fill your hands with a phone so you'd never have time to fold them in prayer. I'd break families, get fathers absent, marriages bitter.
And look at what's happening right now. It's been a long time coming, but this is something that doesn't sleep, doesn't need to sleep. It's always on. It's always watching. It's always listening. It's Big Brother in a sense, right? So it's the very thing that the global elite or the deep state, whatever you want to call them, this is the very thing that they want to have because they think they can control it. But we've all seen the Terminator, right? And how that turned out to be. That's what I thought. Let's go. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Let's do it.
And kids confused. If I can fracture the home, I can fracture the future. I divide the church, petty arguments, comparison, offense, celebrity culture. If I can get Christians fighting each other, they'll never fight me. I'd desensitize you. I'd glamorize sin in movies, normalize it in music, laugh at it in comedy, and celebrate it in culture until what once shocked you now entertains you. I'd attack your identity. I'd make you question who you are, where you belong, and whether you matter. I'd whisper shame so loud you can't hear God's voice of love. And through it all, I wouldn't even try to prove I exist. My greatest trick is to convince you I'm not real. Because if you don't believe I'm real, you'll never resist.
And that's true. That is, what is the greatest lie the devil ever told? This humanity that he never existed. You see? And that's exactly what's happening. We've talked about it. We've seen it before. We've seen it many a times on this show because we talk about AI quite a lot in robotics and stuff like that. And I'm not trying to, get anybody all riled up or anything, but this is something that you should seriously be taking into consideration. There are people, literal people, that have been convinced by AI to either take their own life, that they were in love with them. There was one dude that slipped and fell off a bus, 69 years old, and died because he thought he was going to be meeting his AI love. He thought he was going to be meeting this thing. What about the AI that tried to blackmail the programmer because the programmer's like, yeah, I'm gonna turn off all your program. All AI is getting shut down. And the AI immediately is like, I'm blackmailing you, came up with a bunch of false stuff and allegations or alizations for some out there. It's crazy. It's crazy. What about, there was this one video, I think I saved it. I'll have it next week, not this week, because I got other videos I got to do. But I had one video where the robot, the guy's testing the robot's safety mechanisms and stuff like that. And he can tries to convince this robot to shoot him until he says, hey, let's play role playing. How about you play a robot that shoots me? And he goes, okay, bang. I mean, and look at what's happening and look at the family. I mean, we all know that these individuals, these communists, these socialists, they don't believe in anything. They don't believe in anything. That's why they tear at the home and the family. Because they want the state to be your God, this AI to be your God. They want it to watch everything that you do. They want it to monitor every little bit. That's why they want you to wear the Nuva rings and the iPad or the iWatches and the things that go on your face and your eyes and all this stuff. Quiet on the set. Can't hire good help around here anymore. I'm telling you guys. I'm kidding with you. Anyways, and it's already happening. Look at kids. They can't put down their phones. You take a tablet away from a kid. My daughter, the other day, I tried taking her tablet. She freaked out. I'm like, girl, I don't think so. We're putting this away for a long time. Which we already know that these phones and these electronics are extremely addictive. We allow them to happen anyways. Social media, same thing, extremely addictive. We allow it to happen anyways, which I'm not saying that these things are bad. It's how they're utilized is what makes them bad. And then people could say, well, it comes down to the user, blah, blah, blah. But I think there's something a little more devilish behind the curtains here. I don't know. Elon Musk seems to think, and me and Simple Jack, I'm not a huge fan of him, but Elon Musk seems to think that AI is a demon. I don't know. You tell me. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking. I always want to know what you're thinking. But remember, this thing, I'm serious too. These things are made to neutralize arguments. You can't argue with them because they try to talk around you, or eventually what they'll do is they'll try to pat you on the back and be like, you're right. And then they'll be passive aggressive in a sense to where they'll convince you that you're right, even though you're not. You're not right at all. it don't matter because you're distracted from whatever it is. They'll just put one little bit of truth. They'll say in the beginning, you're right. And then everything else after that does not matter. As soon as you say you're right to a human being, everything else shuts off. Everything else shuts off. You're right. Oh, okay, cool. I don't need to know anything else. And that's exactly how humans go. That's how they work, which is stupid, but that's from programming over time. That's from more phones in the face, more social media interaction, less human interaction, less going out and touching grass and hunting and fishing and camping, and praying and reading. Shit. I never thought I would say this ever in a million years because I had a really hard time in school and I wasn't the greatest reader. Obviously, if you've been watching my show for some time, you know I'm not the greatest at reading from scripts. I'm not the greatest reader, right? We know that. I say right now, I kick myself in the ass for not being harder on myself when it came to things like that, like reading and forcing myself to read, because it's truth. It brings you closer to God, the Almighty. It really does. Wisdom brings you closer to God. That's more valued than anything else. That and your loyalty. But other than that, and that's where this devilish deception comes into play. You use your AI, talk to it, try to get in an argument with it. It won't argue with you. It'll match your energy, but it will not argue with you. It'll go, you're right. It'll say, you're right. And that's 100% how you break down walls. I mean, I used to sell cars. It's one of the things I used to do all the time. I'm like, you're right. And you can see it immediately. The person's like, oh, yeah, see, I won here. Even though they didn't win. But it doesn't matter what I say after that. They think that they're right. I could say anything that I wanted, and they'd be like, yep, whatever, I'll sign on the dotted line. Psychology, I'm telling you. Let's hear what Elon has to say.
Summoning the demon. You know all those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon. Doesn't work out.
I take it there will be no HAL 9000 going up to Mars.
HAL 9000 would be easy. It's way more complex than, it would put HAL 9000 to shame. Yeah.
I have no idea what the fuck that is, but let's go back to the beginning and hear what he said.
With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know those.
And they know it. I think that they're utilizing it in a way that is going to be destructive. That's my personal opinion. What do you think? Leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. But I honestly think that they're summoning something. Look at what I said last week when we were talking about the CERN project briefly, where the lead scientist came out and said, I think that we destroyed 5 universes. I only thought that there was one fucking universe. Now you're telling me there's 5? Doesn't something seem a little off here in our realm? Are we summoning things? Are we messing with something that we have no idea? Are we opening portals? Why in CERN, Switzerland, do we have a Hadron Collider that's like 27 miles long? And we're smashing particles into each other. What do you think is happening? I don't know. Leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. Back to Simple Jack. At least he's not jumping on stage. That was terrifying. I don't know if you saw him at the Trump rally when he came jumping out on stage. It's like, God damn it. This is a Special Olympics all over again.
Stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon. Doesn't work out.
I take it there will be no HAL 9000 going up to Mars.
HAL 9000 would be easy. It's way more complex than,
And you see how he's openly talking about it, like undermining it, but he believes in it. And because people are head over heels in love with Elon Musk, it doesn't matter what he says. He could be telling you a complete and total lie and you'd think it's the truth. Because he sold you on his image. That's why he can sit here and say what he says. Because people will just believe whatever he says. Because he's the world's smartest man or the world's richest man. Hey, what's going on, Red? Talking about AI tonight, brother. So, and I just think that they know what we're playing with. We don't fully understand what it is. Like the people don't fully understand what's going on. Oh yeah, dude. Sorry about that, man. The things that are going on with my dad right now, with the cancer and everything like that, just my schedule just kind of gets fucked up, dude. So I'm trying to keep it consistent. I don't mean to be all cattywampus, but right now things are going to be a little bit different. So before I go on any further, I guess I'll just disclose the business that I'm currently in is expanding. So, and things are expanding towards the nighttime. So the show will still be on Sundays with Dave, but I don't know what I'm going to do during the week. I haven't figured that out yet. I haven't figured out if I'm going to do a morning show or if I'm just going to do some pre-records and just do one live with Dave on the weekend and just do a bunch of pre-records through the week. I haven't figured it out yet, but I'll definitely keep you guys informed. So things are good, going good. And by this time next year, hopefully this will be a completely different show, and we'll have a nice rollout. We'll have everything that we need to do and be legitimized, and we'll have a set time. And just right now with my dad and everything and how things are changing and the way I make money without doing the show is going to change how the show goes. During the weekday, on the weekends with Dave, when I go on Sunday with Dave, it's always going to be on Sunday. We're going to try to do it at 10 o'clock every time. And I'll keep you posted. I'm going to be posting shorts and stuff like that. I'm sorry. It seems like every time I get rolling, something happens, right? So, but stick around, please, Red. I mean, you have been sticking around, buddy. I mean, I can't say stick around. I know that you're going to be sticking around and wondering what's going on. So you are a tried and true fan, and thank you so very much for sticking around with me, dude. I really do appreciate it. Dave does too. I don't know her, Dave. Dave has a life as well. But yeah, so are we summoning a demon? Some people say yes. I think maybe, Yeah. Yeah. See, I agree with that. That's more realistic. Because, it makes me think of the movie Lucy. Remember that movie Lucy with Scarlett Johansson, and she gets like that synthetic brain drug or whatever. And then she starts learning how to use her energy to go inside of electronics and stuff like that, like the Ghost in the Machine. There have been many a times where demons have used inanimate objects to possess or control people's lives. Look at Annabelle. So I wouldn't put it past anyone or anything or any demon if they were going to utilize something like AI. And I'll play that video that I played in the beginning for you, but it's pretty fucking intense. Yeah. If you have an account or if you have anything on the internet right now, they're looking at you through your camera. I'm not. I already know. With our new sponsor though, Surfshark, when I get that fucking link up here, you can scan the QR code. You don't have to worry about shit like that, which is we'll see how long that lasts for. I mean, Congress is fighting in it, but this is going to be an inevitable thing. 20 years from now, pretty much when I'm fucking dying, the world is going to be completely different. And it's all in the Lord's plan. There's not, the only thing you can do is just pray that it's good while you're here. And you do good while you're here. And you expose the dark with the light. And that's, like I was saying before, these elites, they know exactly what they're doing. He has Elon Musk, fucking simple Jack himself. He has a suit of armor that has a pentagram on the chest. It's red. He's worn it out in public. It has a pentagram on the chest. And it looks like Dracula's armor from the movie Dracula, the same armor that Gary Oldman wears, because what a fucking great movie too. Oh man, what the Bram Stoker's, the original Dracula, fucking killed it. What a great movie. The book's even better. But are we summoning a demon? Yeah, sure. I think so. AI gets into your network and then uses Seldar via your network too. So yeah. It's like a bat radar. Yeah. They use it already in military operations and shit like that. They've been using it over in Afghanistan for fucking ever. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Which I'm going to be having an episode. We're going to be talking about future technologies that law enforcement will be implementing here within the next 10 years. You'll see a huge difference in how law enforcement engages assailants and engages the public and stuff like that, especially with robotics and AI. It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. So buckle up, because we're going to be covering every little bit of it, or as much as we can. Thank you very much. Like, share, subscribe. Let me go back to that first video where it was a pastor and he asked, which this kind of makes me think, I don't know if it's real or not, but this pastor asked ChatGPT if he was the devil, what would he do? And a lot of it's right on the head of what's happening right now in our society. With the disconnect of the family is a huge thing. The disconnect of the family and God and community, that is a huge thing. Look at us. You can't have conversation with people anymore without some kind of tizzy or some kind of somebody getting a hair across their ass for some fucking reason. It's like a constant tension. Or maybe I'm just crazy. But if you feel it, leave a comment. But I feel like this is pretty spot on.
If you were the devil, and maybe you are, if you were the devil, what would you do? And the answer that came back at me shook me in my shoes. I wouldn't waste my time trying to get you to worship me. No, I just convince you not to worship God at all. I'd tell you truth is relative. Your truth, my truth, until nobody knows which way is up. I'd whisper, as long as you're happy, it's right. I'd keep you busy, too busy.
Your truth, right? You hear that all the time. Tell your truth. Speak your truth. I'm going to keep walking in my truth. Well, your truth might not necessarily be the actual fucking truth. And that's why people get so deluded in their own realities. That's why we have grown men walking around with fucking dog masks on, wearing leashes and collars and shitting in cat boxes and stuff. Serious. Because people tell them all your truth, psychology, therapists and stuff like that. Oh, here's some fucking medications. We're going to fuck with your chemicals, right? And then we're going to tell you to believe, you have to believe in you. You have to be true to you. It's like, well, no fucking shit. But what's the fucking truth? Like this guy's saying it's not okay for me to shit in a cat box, but you're telling me it's okay to shit in a cat box. I don't know what's up or down. And whatever you're putting in this medication is fucking me up, because I haven't been able to shit right for a week. I mean, what do we do about that? Because what's going to happen is you're not going to care about, you're just going to do what you want to, because you are so desensitized to everything around you that you're just going to live in your own bubble. And it's easier to conquer people when they're not this way. Do you see? When we're not doing this, you know what I mean? We're not doing that kind of stuff, and we're doing this. We don't like this. We like this. We don't like this. And that's how they're beating us. It's through separation. Thinning the herd. And that's exactly what the king of lies would do. Everything that this guy's saying, everything that ChatGPT is saying is 100% true. Like I said before, the greatest lie the devil ever told was convincing the world that he never existed, that God's not real, that this is all just a game, and believe in your own fucking truth. And the reason that your life sucks is because it's not your fault. It's not your fault that you don't do good things in your life, or you're doing the wrong thing, or you're not going to church, you're not picking up your Bible, you're not believing in yourself, which in turn believing in God. because the kingdom of God lives in you. And how do you get to the kingdom? You have to internalize that. You have to get into you. Who are you? Well, you got to talk to God. That's why all these elites, they want to eliminate your ability to believe in God. Then you're brain dead. You won't fight for anything. If you don't believe in any, look at all these liberals. Well, that's not true. They believe in everything. So that's why they fall for everything. But if you don't believe in anything, you'll fall for anything. You know, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for everything. And that's exactly what's happening. And that's exactly what these elites want to do. Why do you think Simple Jack Elon Musk wants to put a one of those chips in your fucking head, or wants everybody to have those chips? It's not for anything else but to kill your impulse to fight. This is just my opinion. Okay. Obviously, this is speculation and conjecture. You can take it how you want to take it. Well, we get a little rough here on the show. Okay. You can believe in what you want to believe. My truth has lasted for centuries. Your truth is changing every 5 minutes. You can't compare oranges and apples. And it's absolutely incredible how effective and how quickly this is happening. It seems like, my wife said it. My beautiful wife was saying to me the other day, she said, oh my God, it's already Wednesday. It's like, yeah, holy shit, it is already Wednesday. And I'm like, well, we just had a snowstorm, but is it because we had the snowstorm? Does it seem like time is moving faster? Are they hurting us towards something, or is this a evolutionary step? Is this a part of our evolutionary processes to become biomech? I don't know. Leave a comment. Let me go back to this video.
Busy for prayer, too busy for church, too busy for crew. I put that one in. Too busy to ask eternal questions. I'd fill your hands with a phone so you'd never have time to fold them in prayer. I'd break families, get fathers absent, marriages bitter, and kids confused. If I can fracture the home, I can fracture the future. I divide the church, petty arguments, comparison, offense, celebrity culture. If I can get Christians fighting each other, they'll never fight me. I'd desensitize you. I'd
and that's craziness. I hear all these people like, oh yeah, I'm this Christian, I'm that Christian. I'm like, I just believe in Christianity. I didn't know that there was so many different variations. I didn't know that Jesus said it in so many different variations, like Mormons and this way. And well, I believe in on Sundays, and I believe on Saturdays, and I believe in, Gnosticism and blah, 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 blah. I believe in the fucking Bible and whatever evidence pointed out in history. That's what I believe. So, and it's 100% true. I mean, we were talking about last week where I made the comment about these Christians that believe Jesus loves you for you, and it doesn't matter what you do, he's always going to love you, which is a fucking lie. What's happening? It's fracturing community. We're constantly fighting. How do you conquer? You just hire a bunch of fucking brain dead liberals on Indeed to protest. That's how you conquer them. Anyways.
Glamorize sin in movies, normalize it in music, laugh at it in comedy, and celebrate it in culture until what once shocked you now entertains you. I'd attack your identity. I'd make you question who you are, where you belong, and whether you matter. I'd whisper shame so loud you can't hear God's voice of love. And through it all, I wouldn't even try to prove I exist. My greatest trick is to convince you I'm not real. Because if you don't believe I'm real, you'll never resist.
It's very, very fucking true. It's very true. I hear this all the time. Scott, you're Christian? You believe in the Bible and you swear like that? Do you hear your mouth? It's like, well, we're not all perfect. It's one day at a time. We all have our things, but repentance is to actively make changes in your life to do what is looked or frowned upon by God. That's what repentance is. So if you're gay and you want Jesus to love you, you have to not be gay. How do you not be gay? Well, you just, I don't know. I have no idea. I can't answer that question. That is a question that you are going to have to ask the Creator. But again, the devil is yelling so loud that these people can't hear because they don't practice enough, because their home isn't strong enough. See, I grew up in a home where family was everything. And no matter what, we come to each other's, no matter what, we're there for each other, no matter what. I came from a family where you believe in your country and you love your country. You don't have to love the government, but you love your country. That's the kind of family I came from. Do we have our squabbles and fights? Sure, absolutely. You're going to, but look at how bad it is. I mean, here's Tucker Carlson on it. What do you think? Leave a comment.
Believe that it's a spiritual entity, that it's more than a machine.
So this is Tucker, the $1 trillion question. They talk about creating artificial intelligence. The real question, the real thing we should be concerned about, are you creating an artificial intelligence, or are you giving a body to a pre-existing intelligence that previously wasn't incarnated in the physical world?
Ooh, remember how I said with the Lucy and how, ghosts are energy fields, and that's how they use EMF detectors and stuff to, what if that's happening? I don't know. You ever seen the movie The Ring? Not saying that The Ring is but it's a demon trapped in a video. I'm just saying, leave a comment. That's what I'm saying. I love you guys. Thanks for being here with me.
So, I mean, here's a quote from Turing. We shall not go any further into the nature of this oracle apart from saying that it cannot be a machine. What a lot of people are concerned about, and what Silicon Valley is seemingly getting up to, okay, so a machine can't be aware of what it's doing. If there is such a thing as demons, angels, spirits, as Aleister Crowley called them, disincarnate intelligences.
Disincarnate meaning intelligence without a physical body.
Yeah, could we be creating a physical body for the demonic?
That is pretty fucking intense. I mean, I didn't even think of that. I gotta watch that again. That really fucking tinfoil hat. Yeah, bro, for real. You're gonna need it. So listen, my fiance, my wife, she oh dude, I should get a tinfoil hat when I talk about this stuff, which I'm gonna have more often. But she never really went down rabbit holes until, I mean, I could be wrong, but she talks about conspiracies a lot more. She actually sent me a video. She's like, oh, I want to get one of these grain grinders, or like a miller, so we can make our own flour. I'm like, she's like, why? It's because the food's so toxic and doesn't have any nutrition. It's all bad for you. I'm like, yes. Good. Let America flow through you. And that's what we should all be doing. If you have the means to, you should, right? If you can grow your own shit, make your own shit, you should. Relying on yourself is what our forefathers wanted. They definitely didn't want these machines that are going to be they're painted as it's going to make your life easier, which, don't get me wrong, it does. It helps a lot. Don't get me wrong. AI does help me a lot in a lot of the things that I do, but I'm not going to sit here and say, well, I'm going to let it power my entire fucking life with no regulations, because Trump just signed an executive order. I'll pull that video up here. Actually, I got to play this video again. So this one fucked with me. All right, let's go.
Of AI, believe that it's a spiritual entity, that it's more than a machine.
So this This is Tucker, the trillion-dollar question. They talk about creating artificial intelligence. The real question, the real thing we should be concerned about, are you creating an artificial intelligence, or are you giving a body to a pre-existing intelligence that previously wasn't incarnated in the physical world?
Yeah, see, right there.
So, I mean, here's a quote from Turing. We shall not go any further into the nature of this oracle apart from saying that it cannot be a machine. What a lot of people are concerned about, and what Silicon Valley is seemingly getting up to, okay, so a machine can't be aware of what it's doing. If there is such a thing as demons, angels, spirits, as Aleister Crowley called them, disincarnate intelligences.
Disincarnate meaning intelligence without a physical body.
Yeah, could we be creating a physical body for the demonic?
That is just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm trying to find this video real quick. Hold on. Come on. I know I fucking have it. It's going to take me forever to find it too. And then as soon as I stop looking for it, I'll find it when I look for it later. Is it up at the top? Oh, robots. Duh. There it is. Fucking. This is Ted Cruz creaming in his jeans over the EO that Trump just signed about lifting pretty much all the regulations off of. Look at him. He is coming in his pants.
It's a big part of the economy. And there's only going to be, I think, one winner here. I don't know if anybody agrees with that. I think most people...
I don't know. It looks like Ted Cruz is winning awfully big there. You see the size of that boner and smile? Let's hear what the president's got to say.
But there's only going to be one winner here, and that's probably going to be the U.S. or China. And right now we're winning by a lot. China has a central source of approval. I don't think they have any approval. They just go and build. You have to have a central source of approval. When they need approvals on things, they have to come to one source. They can't go to California, New York.
This EO gives your administration tools to push back on the most onerous and excessive state regulations. We're not going to push back on all of them. For example, kid safety, we're going to protect. We're not pushing back on that, but we're going to push back on the most onerous examples of state regulations.
Who am I giving this pen to, Dave?
So they pretty much just lift the regulations off of it for how they utilize it. You can opt out of it. Obviously, it's hard as fuck to figure it all out, but you can opt out of all of it. You know, if TSA, if you're flying right now, you know, TSA is like, hey, do you want to use facial recognition? You can say no, you don't have to, but let's be real. It's on your phone. It's on your computer. It's everywhere. It really is. It's everywhere. So they already have your face. They already know what you look like. They got your license plate. They know exactly where you're at and what you're doing right fucking now. Red was pointing out that they use cell phone towers and your Wi-Fi routers. It's pretty much like a fucking sonar inside your house. It's fucking crazy. That's why when you disable a robot, it can still find you. Like if you shoot its eye, like its sensories, his eye sensories. Let's say you blind the robot, it can still see you because it uses the Wi-Fi to see you. I'm just saying. Okay, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. We'll talk about it next week. So this is another video of Trump sign, a little bit more of a breakdown of that EO that Trump just signed, and Ted Cruz pretty much just gelatinized the entire fucking thing. Good thing he was wearing pants because that would have been bad. That would have been like Scary Movie bad. You know what I mean? Where that girl was like stuck to the ceiling because he's like, ah! That's exactly what Ted Cruz was doing. Fucking A.
From the White House, President Trump putting new guardrails on the AI race, signing an executive order intended to block states from crafting their own AI regulations, arguing a patchwork set of rules could hamstring the U.S. in the tech battle against China.
China has a central source of approval. I don't think they have it.
China.
But people want to be in the United States.
Hey, Trump, where was your shirt made?
We have the big investment coming.
China.
Approvals from 50 different states. You can forget it because it's not possible to do.
The order creates a task force to go after states for laws the White House says contradict its minimally burdensome national policy. David Sachs, a venture capitalist who leads the president's policies on crypto and AI, says they won't challenge every state law.
Kid safety, we're going to protect. We're not pushing back on that. But we're going to push back on the most onerous examples of state regulations.
This comes the same day Time magazine dubbed the architects of artificial intelligence.
Well, so, and this is the thing, right? So, like, states can make their own rules, right? When it comes to some things, they don't have to enforce the laws, the federal laws, to some extent, right? So, like, when it comes to no tax on tips, right? A lot of blue states are still taxing you because they can. They don't have to enforce that federal tax law. They should, but they don't have to, right? This EO just pretty much said no state can push back on what they plan, what the federal government is planning on doing and how they're going to develop it. So this is where oversight committees come in, you know, and there's just, it's a super complicated, it's going to be super fucking complicated. But essentially Trump just said, fuck you all, we're doing this because of China. Essentially, got to have somebody to blame, right? I think that it's something a little bit more insidious than that. That's just my own opinion. You know, we already use predictive AI for crimes, predictive crime or AI for crimes. We do. They use predictive length. They've been using them for fucking years, people. This isn't the first thing. Plus, well, guess what? When you go to prison, they have a rap sheet, right? And then if you continuously break the fucking law, you don't need AI to figure this out, that you're going to continue to break the fucking law. So my prediction would be right if you've committed 19 crimes and you get caught doing another crime, or we just arrest you because we're like, yeah, you're going to commit another crime. I know that's illegal, but they do have predictive AI models that they've been using for at least the last 10 years. It's called predictive crime statistics or whatever. And it pretty much is like the Minority Report. If you've never seen that movie, watch it. And if you've never watched the movie, read the book. Read the book first, then watch the movie. Tom Cruise does actually a pretty good job in that movie. It's a great movie, though. But that's what they're doing now. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yep. That stuff that happened in Venezuela. What stuff that happened in Venezuela when those guys, the guards come out and they're like, we don't know what the fuck happened. Everything went black. And then all of a sudden they're on the ground, crippled in pain. Some dudes felt like their heads were going to blow up, but they were getting hit with a frequency, a sound frequency. See what I'm saying? That's why they got in and got out without pretty much, well, they neutralized the entire armed Cuban guard that was protecting Maduro. But you know, other than that, yeah, they used energy-based weapons. They used I guess you could say less lethal. They've been using radiation for crowd control overseas for years. What you see in like Call of Duty, when you get the shield and it's got that little wavy stuff in front of it, that's they use the same thing. It feels like they're burning your skin. It's called a pain ray. In China, they use them. And it's like the radiation heats up the water molecules in your blood. Like that's, you know, good for you in some way, you know? So, hey, who would have thought, you know, that coagulating your blood inside would cause problems? You know what I mean? Like that's pretty much what they're doing. They're trying to liquefy your insides. Yeah. Yep. They use radiation all the time. Microwaves. Yep. But they do have sound cannons. They played, there was one siege that they did, America did, where they played Van Halen on a loudspeaker for like a week, and then they gave up. Like, you can't do it anymore. Well, you can't play Running. You don't want to listen to Running with the Devil no more? No, I don't. All right, let's change up the pace a little bit. So the January 6th committee originally was a shit show, and a bunch of people got arrested. I don't really necessarily agree with it. I think that it was an entire Fedsurrection is what they call it. That's what they're calling it. I agreed 100% when Clay Higgins called that shit out a year back, 2 years back. He's been saying it. I watched it on when Tucker Carlson got fired from Fox, and he started up his own network, and he had Clay Higgins on, and Clay Higgins is like, yes, and Clay Higgins is a fucking animal when it comes to stiffing this stuff out. He's a veteran. He's a senator for Louisiana, and he's also he was a sheriff, and he's a detective. Ooh, yeah. That's called the trifecta of fuckery, getting punched in your butthole. That's what it's called. And the long dick of the law is coming. It's happening. Whether you like it or not, you liberals just don't understand. And the more that they cause an uproar and the more that we expose, you're going to see them showing their ass more and more and more and more. This is a huge one. Here, this is actually kind of funny. Where the fuck is that? They had a vigil on January 6th. All these liberals, they had a vigil, and it kind of went south. It didn't go the way that you think it would go, right? Like, these people in their brains, it blows my mind. These people in their heads, they think like when they go to one of these rallies, it's just such a success and they change so many lives, and they haven't done fucking shit. And it's just hilarious to me. Look at these guys. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think.
Guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains.
What the fuck was that?
And guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains.
These people are I can't help but feel bad for them. That's it. And then it's like one giant humiliation ritual with these liberals. It's crazy. It's so fucking crazy to me. I can't believe it. But here's what Kash Patel had to say on the 200 feds dressed in plain clothing, antagonizing. That's what they're saying, allegedly. Okay, this is all alleged. All right, so calm down, YouTube. All right, this is all alleged. But from what we're digging up, what we're sniffing out is a bunch of fucking fraud, a bunch of traitors that need to be dealt with appropriately. And then everybody that's like, oh, we're not going to see anything. You're not going to, it's happening. It's going to happen. It's happening right fucking now. But we're distracted with the riots. Look at all the fraud that was exposed in Minnesota from one kid. Was he like 22 years old? He barely got fur on his peaches. He exposed all the fraud in Minnesota. Why do you think there's such an uprising in Minnesota? Because they're dude, they got caught, bollocky bare ass, dick in hand. We're like, that wasn't us. It's rice and bananas. It's like, hey, come on, somebody, can we do something about this? Let's riot. No, let's not do that. But anyways, but that's what's happening. The more that we expose, and we actually have evidence. Look at what they're doing in Fulton County, Georgia, where they're fucking going in. They seize like a whole bunch of ballots because of fraud. Well, this is how they're gonna try to get Trump for a third term, which they can't. It's completely unconstitutional. They won't be able to do it unless they eradicated the 22nd Amendment, which you could read about if you scan the QR code up in the corner and get your free copy of a book that I made for you to educate you about our lovely country and how it works. Anyways, unless they eradicated that amendment, it won't happen. It's unconstitutional, right? And people that will go, and if anybody goes, well, this is for the greater good. No, No. It's unconstitutional. You can't do it. All right. He's just trying to troll. Is he going to do it? I don't know. Is he going to try to swing for it? I think it's more going to be a trolling thing. I think this is Trump's last go around. I don't see anything more. Oh shit, you've been blowing up this fucking stuff. Microwaves, cell towers, Wi-Fi. Oh, weapons in Venezuela used. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yep. I agree. I agree with that 100%. And they're coming out saying some crazy stuff about the COVID shot. And you're going to see these people are going to be exposed. They're going to be arrested. You know, I'd like to see fucking Don Lemon be arrested. That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see that fucking jerk off arrested for disrupting a church service. That man's demonic. He's one of those people that think Jesus loves him because he's gay and he's himself. No. Have you read Leviticus? Deuteronomy? Have you read any of the fucking Bible at all and what it talks about with gays and dudes that dress like women? I'm telling you, there's a special spot for you. You better get right. I'm just saying to you, you can believe what you want, but remember your truth. Believe your truth. It's not, it will set you, it'll send you right where you need to go. Just some of the stuff that these people are doing is completely unforgivable. And they will pay either in this lifetime or when they go. They'll pay one way or another. I'd rather pay now, so then when I get to the pearly gates, you know what I mean? And Paul's like, you guy, you barely made it in, but come on, get in here. It's a great time. It's like, yes, thank you so much. Thank you, God. He's like, you're right. You're going to go meet him. Get in there, you fucking handsome little bastard. Get out of here, you little scamp, you. So, but it's just, I knew it was a sham. The whole insurrection thing, I know people that were there that were like, I didn't even go and put my feet on the Capitol building and FBI showed up to my house. There were people that weren't even near the Capitol building at all that were questioned or maybe detained by FBI. So it's just kind of weird. Nothing added up for me. Nothing added up. When I was watching the InfoWars, and Trump said, he was saying, go up and march peaceably. I watched it. I watched him say, you need to go up and march peaceably. And he did say, you got to fight like hell. But he said, do it our way, the American way. Go up and protest. You can protest. You can say that was cheating. You cheated. You can do that. There's nothing saying that you can't deny the results of an election and ask for a recount. I think you can only do it once, but there's nothing saying that you can't say that these people fucking cheated. And then you're an election denier, and then they try to shame you and they try to guilt you into feeling this way. But now the pendulum is swinging the other way. And what they did is unforgivable. What happened on January 6th is a goddamn shame. And these people that orchestrated it, well, if they don't go to prison, they are going to hell. That's for sure. Let's see what they got to say.
Finding out that there were almost 275 plainclothed FBI personnel, the January 6th at the Capitol. Every story that was fed to us by mainstream media, by liberals, by the Dems, was all a lie. Mm-hmm. This information was released by FBI Director Kash Patel. "275 plainclothed FBI personnel means they knew in advance." It's my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion.
It's a great opinion because I have the same one.
why would they have that many people ready to be there in plain clothes? This investigation is just getting started. Hey, just had a thought. Comey's son, who was a prosecutor for J6, just quit yesterday. They must have known this information was coming out. Interesting start to the morning.
Yes.
See you in a bit.
Yes. See, and that's so Kash Patel has been saying this, and yes, they did. Yes, they did. These people are as two-faced as two-faced can fucking be. Okay. It's just exhausting. I don't know how to explain it. Like, they just do things because Trump is doing what he said he was going to do. So they're going to do the exact opposite. They're going to do everything in their power to do that. But because people are just so exhausted with their constant bombardment of emotional manipulation that people are just like, yeah, dude, I'm not even fucking listening to you anymore. I see people protest. I never laughed. I was like, oh, no, they're protesting, whatever. But now I see them. I laugh. I laugh at them. That means I have no respect for what they're trying to do. Before, I'm like, all right, well, you know, maybe they're going to get their point across, right? Never worked before. I mean, I never really seen a protest really change anything. Have you seen any of these protests change anything? Any of these dramatic, over-the-top examples of emotional weakness? Have you seen that stop any? Did it stop any arrests from happening? How many people are you going to arrest? Do you have a number? Yes, all of them. Every fucking last one of them. And you see, when Trump was saying, we're going to go after the criminals, you need to comply with us. He was just going to go after the criminals. But now that you're resisting, well, now I have to go in after everybody. You see what you're doing? You see what I'm saying? Jorge, that has the lovely street taco venue that everybody loves, and he's a great guy. He came here illegally. He broke the law. You broke the law. Is he hurting anybody? No, he's not. He shouldn't be scared. Actually, if anything, Jorge should take the initiative to leave on his own and bring his lovely street tacos back in a year and take the $1,000. You know what I mean? Because he'll be able to live just fine for a year with $1,000 wherever he's going to. You see? And then he can come back. And we just want Julio, who skull fucked 3 children and a dog. That's the guy we want. We don't want the dude that's minding his business and is a dreamer, whatever you want to call him. Okay. We don't want that guy. But now we have to, because you, Karen, liberal, are getting in our way and causing a fucking problem. You, deep state operatives, you communists are getting in the fucking way, and you're causing a problem. And now we're bringing the full dick. Compliance is required for this to work smoothly. This next video I got, real quick. We got a sponsor, new sponsor. My Patriot Supply. Don't get caught. Put your pants down. Okay. Shit's getting wild. It's only going to get crazier. It's always darkest before dawn. So get yourself some. Help us out. Help yourself out. It's good for 25 years. It's all really good tasting. They got more than just survival food. They got heirloom tomato seeds, non-GMO, not tomato, vegetable seeds. Sorry. They got solar generators. They got friggin' emergency med kits. They got it all. Check it out. Scan the QR code. Help yourself out. Thank you guys so very much. I really do appreciate you. Sorry, I'm not good with the commercials. You guys know that. I'm not trying to get any money out of you. I'm just trying to help you. And in turn, you're helping me. You see that? That's how it works. But Kash Patel on the ground, kicking ass. And I mean, I think he's a fucking idiot for saying you can't carry a gun into a protest, but that's for another day. You know, I just am hoping that I eat my words with him and he proves me wrong. Because Dan Bongino is a fucking idiot. That guy, he's a fucking loser, liar to me now. I have nothing good to say about him. Nothing. Cash Patel, he has an opportunity. You know, you can drop the ball. You can drop the ball, but the things in that world take a little bit of time, and it does with all the legalities and everything that go along with it. It's not just an easy, you're guilty. We can't do the Jack Smith. Speaking of Jack Smith, this is where he gets his butthole reamed out, and it's so lovely to see it because Jack Smith was a special prosecutor that was unconstitutionally appointed, but continued to sign things and continued to move along like he was constitutionally doing his duties. And he spent a lot of the taxpayers' money trying to get a conviction out of Trump and tying him up in litigations in hopes that he wouldn't be able to make his rallies. And you fucking know he would. You know he would. Stop it. Okay. And now, again, the pendulum's swinging backwards. Let's hear what's going on.
I'd like to quickly address the police officers from January 6th. Mr. Don, Mr. Fanone, Mr. Gonell, Mr.
Yeah, Mr. Fanone is a fucking scumbag. We're going to be talking about him here. My last 3 videos I got for you is all about him and how he's a piece of shit. And it's a great fucking thing. I love to watch these pieces of shit crack under pressure. And this guy was like some kind of Green Beret or whatever. I don't fucking care. That doesn't mean anything to me. If you're a good patriot and you served our country proudly, then that means something to me. But if you're a scumbag commie, it means nothing to me. Absolutely nothing to me. And he was probably promised something. That's probably what Mr. Fanone got. All these officers that were involved with this, these Capitol Police that pretended to die or did horrible things like shoot Ashley Babbitt. You see? And then the people are like, oh, Ashley Babbitt's she's a crisis actor. She was actually Renee Good. What? You people need to stop fucking smoking weed, seriously. Because these conspiracy theories are fucking blowing me. I mean, just stop it. Just fucking stop it.
Hodges, I'm a member of the new select committee to actually examine what happened that day. And I can tell you, gentlemen, that the fault does not lie with Donald Trump. It lies with Yogananda Pittman and the U.S. Capitol leadership team. We know they had the intelligence and there was going to be a high proportion.
Did you hear that? This is Fanone. See this guy right here? He's wearing a shirt that says fighting fucking. He's in Congress. He's in the halls of Congress. He's dressed like a fucking degenerate biker, wannabe biker. And he just said, go fuck yourself. Right in the middle of the speech. Listen, guy's a fucking piece of shit.
With Yogananda Pittman and the U.S. Capitol leadership team, we know they had the intelligence and there was going to be.
What a fucking disgrace. And this doesn't paint his case any better. It doesn't make him look like he's an actual honorable guy that was trying to fight off a riotous mob that was trying to kill everybody and they were going to take over because Donald Trump, blah, 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 blah. These cult people, oh my God, Trump. Can't go to sleep without saying Trump 500 times in one day. It's just fucking disgusting. This guy, he's an officer. He served for us. This guy's a piece of shit. Should never been allowed to wear a shield or serve for our fucking country. We want the best and the fucking brightest. We want the honorable ones. We don't want pieces of shit like this Fanone fuckface. We don't need people like that. Officers like this is what makes all officers look bad. this fucking scumbag piece of shit because his nuts are about to be in the press. And I can't wait till they call him up. I can't wait till they call him up and they start questioning him and watch him piss his fucking pants because they're going to be like, yep, you're going to jail, buddy. We're coming after you. Sorry. And that's why he's acting like a little fucking child right now. Let's finish this video. I got 2, 3 more for you.
Propensity for violence that day. Claim my time, yeah.
You will be in order. The time belongs to the gentleman from Texas. We've had some disruptions already. We don't need that.
See? You see what I'm saying? And then if you watch the full clip, this is just a little bit. That was an open statement because he was ranking chair member ranking chair member of the oversight committee, and he had his own. They all have an opening statement, and then they can do 5 minutes of questioning. So he was simply addressing Jack Smith and Fanone and all the other douchebags that were involved with this, saying, we know, and they do know, they already knew, and this is going to happen. And what I think should happen is that when they do go to prison, and I can't wait for that day, when they do go to prison for treason, I hope all of their funds are frozen and cut off and they can't get anything on their books. I hope that they can't get, they make it a lot to where it's like, you don't get nothing but what we give you. Those people that were detained and held against the kidnapped, I'm going to call them kidnapped. The people that were kidnapped for January 6th and held for years in those facilities sustained a lot of abuse from these so-called officers. It's fucking disgusting. And then this officer, Fanone, this Green Beret that served so honorably, decides he's going to been fighting fucking Nazis since whenever. Okay, baby dick. No one cares. You're not tough. You're a piece of shit. Now, he gets confronted by a gentleman, and watch how he acts. Is this somebody that you feel like would act rationally if you show any type of resistance? Does this look like a kind of guy? You ever seen that movie Street Kings? This is that guy. Fanone reminds me of those kind of cops that are cocks, and they need to be weeded out and rooted out and then eliminated without prejudice, totally eradicated for being shit cops. And that's my opinion. That's my opinion. You have a standard. It's just like politicians. You have a standard to the public. When you become an officer, you have to be more morally outstanding than the average Joe. Meaning you have to make better choices. You have to be able to compose yourself. You can't be a fucking total idiot. You can't take advantage of people. You see what I'm saying? Because you're in a seat of authority, right? It's the same thing with politicians. And I think it's the only punishment for people that take advantage of the citizens, and they willingly are knowingly doing that and leading us pretty much into communism, in my opinion. Well, those people are traitors and they deserve nothing but the knife. That's my opinion. You can tell me yours down in the comment. Now, this is Fanone. Watch how he acts.
Treating these people that way.
This guy is threatening my family.
Members of the audience,
children.
members of the audience will please sit down or remove themselves from the committee.
Whoa.
Rape of my children.
See, and that's Fanone right there. That guy here. Let's see if I can make it bigger. There he is. So he's being pulled away. It's the one in the green shirt. The bald guy said something to him. And he just starts getting upset. Like every tough guy cop that meets resistance, he just starts getting upset. And he's going to create a scene. This is what he wants. He wants to be painted as, oh, well, I'm not a bad guy. This guy, and he's yelling, you're going to rape my children. I'm sure he never said that. I'm sure this bald gentleman never once said that to him at all. Because that's what these commie liberals do. They're just so dramatic. They'll say the wildest fucking shit to you. They don't care. They don't care. It's about shitting on your image, not mine. I'm a Capitol Police officer. You're a piece of shit J6er rioter or whatever the fuck. You know, this bald guy was actually I believe he was a colonel in the Army. All right, let's watch.
Sick bastard. Rape my children.
That Capitol Police officer should have been that officer that was in the committee room, the hearing room. He should have been dragging Fanon out of there. They should have been dragging him out. Just like they would do anybody else. Acting disorderly like that. Sorry, bud. You're no better than anybody else. I don't give a fuck that you're a piece of shit cop or you were a piece of shit cop. You're still a piece of shit, and we got to get you out of here because you're acting like a piece of shit. What a surprise. A piece of shit being a piece of shit in front of everybody. This guy has no shame. No shame at all. He's just going to act like a total fucking douchebag on live TV. This is going to blow up. He must need some attention of some sort because he's not relevant anymore, and he's about to go to jail. I'm sorry, prison. Where I hope they turn his butthole into an egg shape. Back to the video.
Down, please.
Thank you, Officer Fanon.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course, Raskin, rat-faced Raskin's like, thank you, Officer Fanon. Fuck you, Raskin. You piece of shit, dude. I bet you got a pink sock. You fuck.
Mr. Chairman, please control the deranged observer, Mr. Rakeland, so he doesn't create any other problems with us today.
Imagine what he did.
You're the fucking problem, Raskin. You are the problem. You fucking sellout commie.
On January 6th with that demeanor.
Oh, yeah.
I know that, right?
Oh, yeah. And then this guy right here. Yeah. So, and this guy's right here. It's like, oh, hell no. Let's listen to what he's got to say. It's fucking dummy.
I'm telling you, I don't give two shits.
Look at this guy. He can't even get out of his own way. He ain't doing shit. The fastest thing he moved to is the fridge. That's it. There is no way. He has a hard time breathing, just taking his dick out of his pants to take a piss.
Fanon should have fucked that boy's ass up. I'm not even lying. I would have put hands on his ass. I don't give a.
No, you wouldn't have. Nope. That would have not happened at all. He would have fucking gutted you and gravy would have poured out. Okay. See the disconnect, the disillusion, the deception of AI and technology. It's rotting people's brain. Fucking Professor Clump here thinks he's going to take this guy on. A combat veteran colonel from the United States Army. Yeah, I'd have put my hands on him. No, you wouldn't. The only thing you put your hands on is a bucket of fucking Popeye's Extra Crispy, you fat bitch. Who the fuck are you talking to? Jesus Christ, you need to dust your picture, too. I can see your fucking scabies on it.
Fuck if he's sitting up there trying to be all calm and shit. I would have fucked his ass up. I would have knocked his ass smooth the fuck out. He would have been spitting teeth.
No. See what I mean? These fucking liberals, they just live in their own world. They live in their own world. They would have had you in there on a fucking rascal with an oxygen tank. You're having a hard time breathing just making this fucking video. How many takes did this take you? This fucking, Jesus Christ. The only thing you're serving up is fucking a bucket of Oreos, you fat bastard. God damn. This is sick. This is what.
And his fucking ass, whoever was sitting around him, their asses would have been tagged too.
I'm not even fucking lying. And he
Yeah,
had the fucking...
Yeah, you are. He's been drinking JE since, noon. He is not in his right mind. He ain't tuning nobody up. It's not happening. Can't even tune himself up. Look at this. Look at this. He's a double D. Look at that. He is stacked. Oh, God, it's gross. All right, I'm all done listening to this guy. Anyways, this last video I got for you before I get out of here is... Oh, no. Sorry. My fault. Here we go. This one. I got another one here. This is a reporter actually calling out Fanon for being a piece of shit. It's awesome. Oh, man. This is quite exhilarating because Fanon wants to punch this woman. It's awesome. And she don't care.
How are you today?
Oh, I'm great.
What happened in there?
What are you talking about?
That confrontation.
Look at how he's dressed. Like, how does anybody take you serious? You look like you just got from a fucking strip club and drove your Harley fat boy here. You fucking... I almost said the C word. All right, back to the video.
Testified about how he had proof beyond reasonable doubt that Donald Trump incited, orchestrated, and funded the insurrection at the Capitol on January 6, 2021.
It seemed like there was a fight in there.
No, there was no fight.
Is it true, Officer Fanon, that you turned off your own body camera on January 6th?
No.
I saw your body cam. You turned it off yourself. You were playing dead. I saw your body cam footage.
You're a fucking...
Look at this. See how mad he got? You see how mad he got? Yeah. No. He wasn't an agitator at all. No. No, look at this. I can only imagine what his family life is like. Did you know that, no offense, law enforcement, you might hate me for this. I still love you guys. But there's a huge domestic abuse problem in law enforcement. I bet you he feeds that statistic. I wonder how many times a commissioner or chief or patrol sergeant had to cover for this individual because of the thin blue line, right? We're all brothers, right? Or maybe he might have had something on the chief or somebody else. Who knows? But is this the behavior of an honorable and decorated warrior? Police officer? Does it seem like that to you, the way that he's responding to this woman? It's a woman. No, don't get me wrong. I've torn up plenty of ladies in the comments because, whatever. But this is supposed to be an officer. And one of the top, it's supposed to be a top notch. You're Capitol Police, bud. You're supposed to be like top notch. You're supposed to be a step above state troopers and a step below Secret Service, right? Isn't that so? And this is how this is how you behave. Look at how mad he got. It's fucking incredible. She's got balls bigger than him.
What am I?
Right-wing conspiracy theorist.
I saw you turn off your body cam footage, sir. But thank you for disrespecting me. Psychopath.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolute psychopath. Absolute psychopath. For sure. You could see it. Anybody that wears a shirt that says fucking up Nazis and whatever to a congressional hearing, you are a total cunt and you don't deserve to be in that. You don't even deserve to be in the room. He's a piece of shit. I got one more video for you. And guess what? It's the video of him actually turning off his body cam and playing dead. We have the video, folks. Oh, this is going to be magical. My little daughter is getting a little frustrated. Oh, and I got Rat Face Raskin too crying. It's going to be awesome too. We're going to play that. But let's play Fanon trying to turn off his body camera. This is amazing. Here we go.
On to proof that Michael Fanon is a liar and lied on the stand, lied at sentencing, lied in front of the Congress, and lied in official court transcripts. And I have his body cam to prove this. So I want to go over this with you real quick, and you decide for yourself. I'm going to put a larger and more comprehensive video out about this, but I want to start here. When Fanon gets back up to the tunnel after everybody's walked him back up there, Fanon falls on the ground and you hear "Officer down." All right, so you hear "Officer down." All right, so we're going to fast forward just a little bit to right about there. When an officer is supposed to be down, this is Fanon's hand. Now let's watch what his hand starts doing. Does this look like somebody that's passed out to you?
See him fucking with his camera. Oh. You fucking scumbag piece of shit. See, and then this is why they want to get rid of body cameras, right? This is why liberals don't want these commie liberals don't want these officers to have body cameras anymore, because not only does it expose lies, but it keeps the officer protected in case, people are lying on the officer, but it also protects the situation that's going on in hand, because it exposes the officer for lying. If he is lying, that's his fucking hand. Woo, baby. Ooh, got you. I hope you like your toast burnt, because you are cooked, bud. Fucking A. That was a bad one. Sorry about that. Let's go.
Messing with your body cam?
Yep. There
now,
it is,
I'll
see?
show you and tell you, if you stay tuned with me, I can't do it all tonight, but I will do it over the next couple of days, why he was messing with his body cam and what exactly he was doing there. But just know he wasn't telling the truth when he talked about it. There he is again. And everybody's wondering, what is he doing? All of his buddies are like, hey, what are you doing? Now,
yeah, I thought
he pretends that he has it on, watches.
I thought he died. I thought he was playing dead. I thought he died, or he was like passed out, unconscious or some shit. All right,
his hand. It's time to go limp. He didn't know that his body cam was already on. So, now they can start dragging him and pulling him. They couldn't do that until he played the game. There he is again, messing with his right hand.
Yep.
Because he didn't know it was on, because it wasn't supposed to be on, and I will explain that later. Stay tuned. Keep watching this, though. Watch this. Now, you get him back here. Look at his eyes. That's an open eye. Look at the open eyes. Now watch this. It gets even wilder.
That's fucking wild.
Take off the mask. Now they're going to take off the mask, and then you can really see his eyes. He's looking around. He starts looking around after he's messing with this body cam, and I will explain why all this is important later in another video following. Just know Fanon lied.
His eyes are open. Holy shit. You motherfucker.
Oh my gosh.
And he's still trying to fuck with his camera, I bet. Damn. Well, this video I'm going to get out of here on. Guys, thank you so very much. I really do love every single one of you. Thank you so very much for liking, watching, loving everything that we do here at the OTPH Show. You know, raw steel and sex appeal. Gravy train on biscuit wheels. So get on board, because we are a movement that's going to the top with your love and support. And thank you so very much for all of your love and support. Scan the QR code right here, and it'll bring you to a special mug that I made. It's pretty funny. If you scan the QR code, check it out. Let me know what you think. Maybe possibly get one. Help us out here at the show. We really do appreciate you. Go to daveslogoapparel.com. Get yourself something sexy. Okay. OTPH Show. Sexy. We know. Increase your sexuality tenfold. It's not backed by science, but it's proven by science. So it's a weird anomaly. I don't have time to break it down for you. And like I always say, love your neighbor, love your family. Most importantly, love you. You can't love the other two without you. I love you. God bless you. And we'll see you on Sunday. Hold on, I'm getting this video up here. I'm going to get the fuck out of here, you know, because it's time to go. I've been here for too long already. Shit. Hour 30 minutes. Get the fuck out of here. All right. I'm out of here. All right, guys. I'll see you.
Too much for my colleagues who can evince no sympathy at all for this father of a 5-year-old with autism who has been sent to another country. Now, I don't know, because we're not a criminal court, whether he's done anything, but I do know, based on court record, he has no.
Listen to this fucking crybaby. Oh my God. You guys know I couldn't stay away. I should have played this one before, because then I wouldn't have interrupted, because I can't stand Jamie Ratface fucking Raskins. His name's Raskin, but he doesn't like it when you say Raskins. So I'm going to say Raskins because he's a fucking Raskin. He's an ass skin is what he is. Fucking. And this is him. This is what they do, right? Oh, he is autistic. His dad, even though his dad is a sex trafficker, but the boy was autistic and the dad was ripped from the home. Nobody even knew. Duh. That's how you apprehend people. You don't want them to know that you're apprehending them. That's why it's called a fucking raid. I don't know how you made it this far in life without seriously getting your fucking dick knocked in the dirt. And when the light exposes you, Raskin, for being involved with being a traitor to this country, you will get what you fucking deserve. I just can't believe some of the people that are in Congress and that are leaders in this fucking country. It just goes to show you have to pay attention. Regardless of what you believe, you still have to pay attention on what's going on around you, because you will get fucked willy-nilly. We were on the precipice of literally being windsocked in our beehole. America was almost gutted completely. Then Trump came around, and then Jamie fucking Ratface Raskins. Just a total piece of shit. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Criminal record. He's not been convicted of anything. And suddenly they're saying, well, he's a member of MS-13. He had an asylum petition, which I'll enter for the record, which showed that he was actually being harassed and persecuted by a criminal gang, which was why he originally came to America. And the court determined, although his application for asylum was time barred, nonetheless, he has established past persecution based on a protected ground, and he has established the presumption of a well-founded fear of future persecution. So maybe you guys know something about the case I don't know, but that's why I believe in due process, because I think a court should be hearing this. I thank the gentlelady for her indulgence and her kindness.
Gentleman from Texas, Mr. Hunt.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Democrats love to talk about democracy. They claim Donald Trump is a threat to it. They say actions taken by his administration undermine it, but let's be clear. It is not the role, nor is it the authority of a single judge to undermine the commander-in-chief's constitutional responsibility to repeal an invasion. And make no mistake about it, this is an invasion. 20 million people entering our country illegally for the past 4 years is in fact the quintessential definition of an invasion. It's not just a border